Can you see me as well?
Yes, we can see you at the corner. We can see you in the drop-down view.
Excellent.
Toastmasters, welcome to the second portion of our meeting this evening, the manual presentation portion of the meeting. Today we have two manual presentations. The first will be by Angela, and then the second will be by yours truly. To get the first presentation started, Shehan, can you please introduce the speaker?
Toastmaster Angela will be delivering project using presentation software under her pathway. The purpose statements are as follows. The purpose of this project is for the strategies for creating and using slides to support or enhance a speech. The purpose of this speech is for the member to demonstrate his or her understanding of how to use presentation software, including the creation of slides and incorporating the technology into speech. Toastmaster Angela Lesbury will be delivering her presentation on using presentation software demonstration. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Angela, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, and my esteemed evaluator, members and visitors. Today is a very good day for me to be giving you an introduction to Hanukkiah for two reasons. One is we're in the middle of the 8 days of Hanukkiah at the moment, and they've just opened a new museum on Judaism in Singapore in this building, which you can see in the slide on the left. In the front of the slide, you can see a Hanukkiah, and you can see that it resembles the one that I'm holding in my hand. Can anybody do a count of the number of candle holders there are there? Perhaps Shehan, you would like to do that. How many?
8.
Yes, 8. There are 8, 4 either side and 1 in the middle. When you have one that you use at home and it has real candles in it, you put on the first night, you light 1 candle, but the extra one in the middle you light and use as a taper to light the other one or the other ones as the days go through. Now this lovely building you see here is the Jacob Ballas Center, which is next to the synagogue in Waterloo Street, which used to be called Synagogue Street in Singapore. It's the main synagogue. There are 2 synagogues. This one was built first, and then a man wanted a synagogue built next to where he lived, and he built a second one. But this is the main one where most of the events take place, and it has a shop that sells things as well. Now, the important thing I'm going to tell you now is about the Hanukkiah. You may have previously seen pictures of menorah, and the menorah has 7 branches for the 7 days of the week, and it was used until recently and is still used today in many homes. On Friday night, you light all the candles, 1 for each day of the week, to last you the whole weekend through the Sabbath, which of course is Saturday. It's Saturday for Jews and also for Seventh-day Adventists. In fact, some Jews who convert to Christianity become Seventh-day Adventists because it's a kind of hybrid for them. They can still worship on a Saturday while adopting Christianity. Let me go on to my next slide and show you what comes next. Let's see if I'm able to do so. Now here is a traditional silver menorah. Sorry, not a menorah. Menorah's got 7, a Hanukkiah. The festival is Hanukkah, and the candelabra is a candle holder, is called the Hanukkiah. Now, you may think you don't know any Jews or don't know of any, but you can probably think of two straight away. An Orthodox Jew would have been Jesus, and the celebration of Hanukkah is mentioned as the dedication festival in the book of John in the New Testament. Much nearer our own times, Anne Frank was a non-religious Jew, and she and her family celebrated Hanukkah when they were in hiding in World War II. Other famous Jews you might or might not have heard of: Marilyn Monroe converted for her husband, and Liz Taylor converted for her husband. Now, here is a menorah, which you can see is 7 branches instead of 9. And for those people who think candles are dangerous, and I'm one of them, you can have an electric menorah or Hanukkiah. In Singapore, I was surprised when I went out into the main street, Orchard Road, a year ago, and I saw this giant Hanukkiah in the street, which had been put up by the local Jewish association. As you can see, the people are quite small. I walked below it and didn't even see it until I looked up to see what it was, and there I saw it. So most people don't even know it's there. And the other thing was, I looked at it and thought, oh, what a pity. It's only got 4 of the candles lit. They've made a mistake. The electricity isn't functioning. And later, an Orthodox Jewish girl explained to me that you light 1 candle each night of the 8 days. The story behind the Hanukkiah is that there were 2 temples, 2 famous temples. Jesus went to the second one. The first one was destroyed. The Jews were all taken away to live in another country. And then they came back and they rebuilt the temple, the second temple. But they hadn't got enough oil to light the lamps. So they took some oil and they lit one of the lamps, and they found that the oil miraculously lasted for 8 days. So it's a symbolic light over darkness, restoration of faith. And when you think that all is lost, somehow a miracle happens and you manage to see the light. So it's a bit like Diwali in that respect, a triumph of light over darkness and of lights in the winter season. And there is which one is this? Is this a menorah or a Hanukkiah? Can somebody count and let me know what they think?
Menorah.
Yes. This one is in Israel outside the Parliament building. It's a permanent one. And as you so rightly spotted, it's 7, so it's a menorah. Now, what do you do to celebrate Hanukkah? It's a festive family occasion, fun for the children, fun for the family. And like all Jewish festivals, there's lots of food. And because the whole thing was about the oil lasting, the 2 great things you have are potatoes fried in oil and donuts in oil. So here are the donuts. This one is a jam donut. And you also have gold coins. They're not gold, they're chocolate coins covered in gold foil. And as you can see, stamped on them, they've got the Hanukkiah, which is the 8. Now here again, you've got some pictures of food. On the far right, you have a donut. then there are some groups who have little tiny fried balls, which you see in the middle. Then there are blinis, which are pancakes. And at the top left, you can see potato cakes, which are grated potato. The Swiss have something similar they call roasty, and the Americans have something called hash brownies. It's more or less the same thing. It's grated potato fried up. Now, like Christmas, Hanukkah has become a commercial festive occasion. On the right, you can see what people have done at home. They've decorated biscuits for the family. And on the left, you can see that they've made a Christmas tree, which they call a Hanukkah bush, decorated like the traditional Christmas tree with lots of baubles hanging. And here's what I was sent by the president of Bradel Heights Advanced. I said, you're in America. They have lots of Christmas and Hanukkah goodies. What can you find? And she sent me the two top pictures. One was a Hanukkah tea towel. You can see it's got the 8 branches and the 6th branch Star of David, which the Muslims call the Seal of Solomon. And on the left, there are Hanukkah mitts. Now, Hanukkah, like Christmas, is an event that comes and goes. And after it's gone, you can buy things cheaply. Everything is reduced to half price. And I was in America and I bought this nightdress. I was looking for nightdress. I said, what have you got cheap? And they said, well, we've got this. It's a Hanukkah nightdress. And nobody's going to buy it after Hanukkah for the whole of the rest of the year. So I got it very cheaply. I thought, this is a bit odd to wear it when it's not Hanukkah. And I thought, that doesn't matter. Nobody can see it except me. And I've worn it ever since. And it's blue and it makes me happy. So I'm probably the only person in the world who's got a Hanukkah nightdress to wear when it's not Hanukkah. And here are the oddest things you've ever seen. Instead of a red Christmas stocking, there are blue Hanukkah stockings, blue Hanukkah socks, and even blue Hanukkah nails. And just this week, they've opened a Judaism museum in the Jacob Ballas Center. And we had a wonderful speech from one of the ministers on the left who said, we want everybody in Singapore to thrive, whether you're Jewish, Christian, Muslim, or of no religion, we want you to thrive in Singapore. And so I'm happy to have the Jews thriving and to have a museum in Singapore. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day. If you've got any questions, come to me. And if you come to Singapore, look out for the new museum. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day and President Edward.
That was most informative. Excellent job, Angela. I will post your time in the chat.
Oh, I'm way over time. I saw the red. Oh dear, oh dear.
But it was an informative presentation, so we didn't mind you teaching us about Hanukkah and the traditions. I will post my evaluation. I will put my evaluation form in the chat.
Thank you. A message from Mike. He says he still can't log in.
I am nuts.
Has he got the right login?
It's the one in the chat. I'm sure that's the one we all used to get here.
Yes.
Okay, well, let's proceed. Angela, my evaluation form is in the chat.
Thank you.
My presentation this evening will be one lucky day.
So just a minute. When you say your evaluation, are you expecting me to evaluate you with this?
Yes.
Oh, right. Okay.
What about Ananya? Oh,
Can you wait while I download it and print it off?
Sure. Shan, you said something?
yeah. What about Ananya? I think she will be able to do evaluation. Doesn't she?
Yes, she can.
Okay.
Anya?
Who's yours?
Yes.
Edwards.
The
Edwards,
evaluation is in the chat.
Yeah, I found it. Okay. Yeah, sure, I'll do that.
Because you are listening to Angela's evaluations all the time. Why not make a difference?
No worries. Okay, let me know when you're ready. You found it?
Right. Has Ananya got the evaluation form?
Yeah, I did. I filled it up, like just the names, not obviously the evaluation yet.
Today's date is December the 3rd, am I right?
Yes.
And you can read out the purpose statement and the title of Edward's speech so that he can start.
What is the title?
One lucky day.
A one lucky day. Sorry, are you telling me or telling Ananya?
I was
Both.
telling Ananya.
Who's reading out the purpose statement?
Ananya, I think you can do it if you are evaluating.
Yeah, okay. So it's in the evaluation form, right?
Yeah, it is in the evaluation, top of the evaluation form.
Okay.
There's something called purpose statement. Yeah.
Yeah, so I just need to read them and then announce the topic.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So the second speech today is by our president, Edward, and the purpose of his project is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. The purpose of this speech is for the member to demonstrate that he or she has applied the feedback received from his or her first speech. So Edward's speech title today is One Lucky Day. Over to you, Edward.
Thank you, Anya. We are often in admiration of those who win the lottery, of those who hit a lucky shot at the end of the game to win it. But Toastmasters and guests, I tell you that luck is where preparation meets opportunity. One lucky day, I was called into the COO's office. She said, Edward, we need a security system in place, and you are the person for the job. We expect it done by the end of the month. I was taken aback. Where did she get this idea that I would be able to do this project? Why me? There are many other guys in this company who are more than capable of implementing a security system. I have my hands filled with corporate IT. However, a few months prior, a friend of mine called me to assist him with configuring an alarm system. Because I worked in computers, he figured I could configure an alarm system. So I went to assist him. And in assisting him, I did not only assist him with the configuration of the alarm system, I assisted him with installing the security cameras, the motion detectors, and a host of other security features. We even installed a biometric system on his client's home office. So I had some prior knowledge of security system. The only challenge I faced was the budget. Will they approve what I need for me to implement this system so that I can have this project completed by the end of the month? I went to the financial controller. He looked at me with a smile. Edward, I know the CEO wants a security system, but you only have $23,000 for this project. I smiled. He thought that was too little to implement a security system. But I already knew a colleague, a friend who I've assisted, who had equipment in stock that would have met our needs. In very short order, I was able to supply the COO with a quote, got it approved, and implemented the security system. What happened next? Employees who came into work on weekends and after hour found themselves unable to access the building. The complaints came, we cannot do our work, we are locked out. Whose responsibility is this? I was relaxing one Sunday morning when I got a call. Edward, everyone is locked out of the building. Yes, it's Sunday. Who works on Sunday? We have guys who need to get into the building and do maintenance. Where is the procedure protocol? No one told me that these people needed access on Sunday. All their key cards are Monday to Friday, 8 to 5. If we need a new system, if we need to let people in after hours, we need a list of those individuals. This was Sunday morning. Monday, I was called into the CEO's office, not the COO, the CEO's office. Edward, what's the meaning of this? I said, sir, we implemented a new system to secure our assets. But obviously, there is no protocol in place for individuals to access the building. We now know who is coming in and out of the building and at what time they're coming in and out of the building. We know what areas of the building they are entering and exiting while they are in the building. However, if there is no request for them to enter the building after hours, I'm sorry, they won't have access. I thought that was my last day on the job. But the CEO looked at me and said, excellent. We have too many people coming in and out of this building. We need more restrictions like this in place. We need to better manage our asset. Well done, Edward. I sighed a sigh of relief. For a moment, I thought that was my last day on the job. Everyone was upset on Sunday because they could not get access to the building. But on Monday morning, the CEO was impressed with the system that was implemented. That was a lucky day for me. I not only got a raise, I got a promotion. I not only had corporate IT, I also had oversight of the corporate security system. Guys, if I did not assist my friend configuring that alarm system, I would not have had the insight or the know-how to implement a security system. So I put to you, sharpen your tool set, learn new skills and traits, because when opportunity knocks, you must be prepared. That is the only way you will have a lucky day. Toastmasters. Guys, we are at the end of the manual presentation section of our meeting. We will take 5 minutes for the evaluators to wrap up their evaluation, and we will return with the evaluation portion of our meeting.